welcome to my channel. My name is Constance and today we will talk about some of my favorite shows of Fashion Week Spring 2024. Let's go! Bottega Veneta. Matthew Blazy took us on a trip at Bottega. The show took place in a warehouse on the outskirts of Milan, where there was an abstract map painted on the floor with penguins, birds, fishes and crabs by the artist Claire de Talante. On the runway we saw some padded shoulder suits, leather dresses and skirts. We also saw some raffia fringe skirts and pieces that reference some Native American clothing, striped tops and skirts made from different colors of leathers too. To the end of the show there were 2 knitted dresses with pompons. For accessories, we saw bags and boots made with the intrecciato technique characteristic of Bottega. I think the most interesting thing about this season is the way Matthew picked up inspiration from different countries and continents and blended everything in one collection. Also, the materials like wool, leather and raffia and the color palette he used reminded us of earth. Schiaparelli. Schiaparelli and surrealism go hand in hand, as we know, and Daniel Roseberry has been keeping in mind Elsa's legacy, and he's been taking references from her designs but still making the brand his own with a more modern approach. And in this collection for Spring 2024, we have a lot of references to Elsa's work. We have evening wear and some more casual looks, so let's see. The first look was a dress in the shape of a blazer with strong padded shoulders with measuring tape details on one side, referring to the bottle of the shocking perfume. And it's a detail that we can see in other looks too. There were also references to the skeleton dress, which was a collaboration between Salvador Dali and Elsa. Another collaboration between the two of them was the famous lobster dress that Wallis Simpson wore, and it was quite a scandal at the time. Daniel brought back the lobster, this time in 3D, and he placed it in the front of the skirt, just like the original dress. And then we can see it too as a necklace here. And we know that oversized jewelry has always been a Schiaparelli signature. Last but not least, Kendall Jenner closed the show in a dress made of red fingernails. And these are gloves designed by Elsa with red fingernails. So you can see the reference here. I think the collection was fun and wearable, and what I especially like is how every piece has a special detail that has a why behind it. And that is why I love Schiaparelli and Daniel Roseberry's work. I think he's doing an amazing job. Givenchy. The show was set at l'École Militaire and it started with an oversized blazer with petite shoulders, a black skirt and black tights. There were a lot of tights. On the first look we could see them place over the shoes, which is something Margiela did years ago. Followed by sheer chiffon dresses, some with floral prints and some plain. We also saw satin coats in pastel colors, leather jackets and skirts, and fitted dresses with pearls. Pearls were also in accessories such as earrings and rings. For me, this collection was all about femininity. It was elegant, delicate and wearable. Also, a few good details made me think of some of the dresses that Hubert designed for Audrey Hepburn. Alexander McQueen. Sarah Burton presented her last collection called Anatomy 2, and let's read the press release. This collection is inspired by female anatomy, Queen Elizabeth I, the Blood Red Rose, and Magdalena Abakanowicz, a transgressive and powerfully creative artist who refused ever to compromise her vision. The show is dedicated to the memory of Lee Alexander McQueen, whose wish was always to empower women, and to the passion, talent and loyalty of my team. Beautiful. So let's see the collection. The show started with bird sounds, which was something that inspired Alexander. In fact, he did a whole collection about it, and it ended with Heroes by David Bowie. So we have female anatomy, and we can see some leather corsets that follow the shape of the female body, accentuating the hips and breasts. We also have this dress, for example, with a leather belt that accentuates the hips. Other references to female anatomy are these two dresses, especially the pink one. You can see the layers as petals, or you can get the impression of some part of the female reproductive system. That's up to interpretation. Also, the accentuation of the hips could have been inspired by Queen Elizabeth I, who wore dresses that exaggerated the hip. The blood-red rose, which in Britain was the symbol of the Tudor monarchy, was printed and painted on dresses. And here, in this neat jumper with roses and leaves in the middle that represented the spine of the model. And last but not least, Magdalena Vaganovic was a sculptor and fiber artist who used textiles to make her installations. The Tate Museum did an exhibition about her work, and you can see that the color palette is the same as the one Sarah used for this collection. This look with a double-breasted tailor coat with thread embroidery that hangs from the sides is also reference to the artist's works. And here is another one with threads. A powerful collection with a little bit of romance, so McQueen. I can't wait what Sarah will do in the future now that she left the house. Valentino. Valentino showed its collection called L'École at l'École des Arts in Paris, while FKA twigs and her dancers perform. Pier Paolo had introduced a new technique here called alto rilievo, which means high relieved, and I will read the definition. It's a technique in which forms and figures stand out from the background to half or more than half of their natural depth. We can see it in dresses and capes with floral, animal and fruit motifs, even in these sheens. The color palette reminds me of one of Piero della Francesca's paintings. And the collection per se was very feminine, and the fact that every look was paired up with either flats or sneakers added this young and comfy vibe full of freedom that we all want for summer. Unreal Ag. Just as last season, Unreal Ag presented its collection with photochromic technology. There were PVC garments that changed colors under ultraviolet lights. There were transparent pieces and some accessories filled with air, which also changed colors. And an important thing is that they said that this was environmentally friendly photochromic PVC. Love it. So that's it. Those were some of my favorite shows. Let me know what you think and which ones were your favorites. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more fashion content. See you next time, guys. Bye!